Morning, everyone. Boker Tov, Shavua Tov. Good to see everyone. So we're continuing the halachot of Hanuka. We're in Siman Taf Reish Ayin Gimel, and we mentioned the first seif in the Shulchan Aruch, and now just a few additions to that with the Mishnah Brura. So we mentioned that the ideal way to light the menorah is with olive oil, as that's the type of oil they use in the Bet HaMikdash. So as well, the ideal wicks one should use is cotton wicks, and most of the wicks in the stores are made from cotton, because that as well is what was used in the Bet HaMikdash. But technically, we said all oils are allowed, and all types of wicks are allowed, as opposed to when it comes to Shabbat, where it's a little bit more strict. And we explained the difference because on Hanukkah, you're not allowed to benefit from the lights of the menorah for your own use, even if it's for a mitzvah. And therefore, even if it's a type of oil or wick that's going to flicker a little bit, we're not worried of you coming to touch it or try playing with it, because we know you're not allowed to benefit from it anyways. As opposed to Shabbat, you need to have a very clear candle so that it doesn't flicker, because you're allowed to benefit from the candle of Shabbat, and we don't want you to come and touch it if it's flickering. So you have to use only certain types of oils. Now, even on Hanukkah, where you're allowed to use all types of oils, all types of wicks, if it has another sin associated to it, then you can't use it. For instance, if it's stolen oil, you can't use it. Or if it was oil that was served for avodah zarah, for idol worship, you can't use it. Or if the oil is made from fats that are chelev, that not just not kosher, but from the parts that when we had the Bet HaMikdash, this was the most precious, that's only reserved for Hashem, so we can't use that type of oil, that type of wax, type of fats. And in addition, the Chafetz Chaim brings down, let's say you have oil, even olive oil, and you now go to your bucket of oil to get some, and you see a dead rat inside, or something that's disgusting inside. It makes it disgusting. You're not going to use this for Hashem's mitzvah. So it as well is disgusting oil, and you can't use that for the mitzvah. Last point is that we said that we're not allowed to use the candles for our own benefit. Now, even though when I light one candle, I fulfill the mitzvah. We said if a person's stranded or whatever it is, even if you light one candle on Hanukkah, even on day 7, day 8, day 6, you light one candle, you fulfill the mitzvah, you say all the brachot, etc. So one might think, okay, well, if one candle really fulfill the mitzvah, the other ones are hidur mitzvah, to beautify the mitzvah, maybe I can benefit from those candles. Still, the answer is no. And we said that we add a shamash, we added an additional candle. So just in case I use the candles for my own benefit, we say it came from that light, from the shamash, from the one that's a little bit higher, the one that's a little bit onto the side. Now, in a worst case scenario, let's say let's say it's the 8th night and you only have 8 candles. You only have enough oil for 8. So you don't have a shamash. So in worst case scenario, you leave the lights on in the room that you're in. So if you happen to, so you don't use a shamash, and if you happen to use the candles, but you didn't really use the candles, say I was reading in that room, we say the light of the reading didn't come from the menorah, it came from the lights, and the electricity lights. That can be like the shamash, because that's the whole function of the shamash anyways, that from using light, we say it's not from the menorah, but it's from the extra light that was there. So in worst case scenario, if you don't have an actual shamash, leave the lights on in the room, and that's how you could kind of fulfill the shamash, because the other light is going on in the room. A few announcements for this morning. So following Tefillah, we have breakfast sponsored by the Wiesman family, Nishmat David and Avraham Wiesman, for the end of the Shiva. And then following the breakfast, we'll be heading to the cemetery, just here at Bathurst Lawn. Also, unfortunate news is that one of our longtime members, Mrs. Miriam Nachmiash, passed away over Shabbat, mother of Johnny Nachmiash, and sister of Jackie Hamuth, one of our members, and mother of Marcel and Armand Nachmiash as well. The funeral is going to be tomorrow, but the exact time is not confirmed yet. I'll send it out on the chat. And last point, and I want to thank Menashe for this point, is that tomorrow and every morning, besides for Sunday, Tefillah starts at 6:40. Maybe already it's been a year now that we made it earlier from 6:45 to 6:40. But in the winter time where the sun comes out late, so we have to be cautious on the exact time we could put on our tefillin. So this week, Monday, Tuesday, the earliest time we can put on our tefillin is 6:38. And then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, it goes up to 6:39. And then Shabbat, all the way to January 7th, it's 6:40. And then it starts going down again after January 7th, 6:39, 6:38, and then it goes to 6:35 around January 15th. So just to have that in mind, that we've got to put on our tefillin this week. You got a minute or two before we actually start, and then starting Shabbat, starting Sunday, 6:40, and then I guess we'll start the tefillin. So tefillah, so tefillin quick, 6:40, to make sure to do it at the right time. Mincha tonight's at 4:30 and all week long. Have a good day, everyone. Tana de